My son was barely a month old, screaming his lungs out at his welcome home party, in front of a room full of guests. My mother-in-law didn't just ask me to feed him. She lunged at me, clawing at my blouse, and trying to force my breast into the baby's mouth. Look how hungry he is. Stop being such a prude. We're all women here, she shrieked. Something inside me snapped. I grabbed the front of her shirt and ripped it down, exposing her to the crowd. We're all women, fine. Then strip down and show us what you've got. You old hag. My son Liam was only 20 days old when my mother-in-law, Brenda, insisted on throwing a massive sip and see party. She was desperate to cash in on the gifts and envelopes from relatives. I had just managed to rock Liam to sleep when Brenda barged into the master bedroom with a herd of loud relatives. She didn't even knock. She just snatched the baby right out of the crib. Look at my grandbaby. Isn't he handsome? Brenda crowed, parading him around like a trophy. Check out those eyes, that mouth. He looks exactly like my Jason did when he was a baby. Aunt Linda squinted at the bundle. I don't know, Brenda. Those big round eyes look just like his mama's. He's got beautiful eyes. Brenda's face dropped instantly. What the hell are you talking about? My son's seed only produces offspring that look like him. You really trying to start shit today? I noticed your gift envelope was the lightest one in the pile. Since the day Liam popped out, Brenda had been buzzing in my ear like a mosquito, sussing over how much the baby looks like her son, Jason.
Eyes, nose, mouth.
Apparently, I was just the incubator. I had kept my mouth shut during my postpartum recovery because stress kills your supply. And frankly, I didn't have the energy to fight a narcissist. But Brenda's screeching woke Liam up. He started wailing. Without missing a beat, Brenda marched over to me in front of everyone and started yanking at my top. He's starving. Whip it out and feed my grandson now. I slapped her hands away, clutching my shirt. He just ate 20 minutes ago. He's crying because you woke him up with your loud mouth. Don't touch me again. She didn't listen. She shoved the crying baby's face into my chest and tried to reach down my collar to pull my breast out herself. Look at him starving. It's just a room full of women. Why are you being such a bitch about it? Snap. I grabbed the neckline of her hideous floral blouse and yanked it down hard. A massive patch of wrinkly, pale skin and her grayish bra strap were instantly exposed to the room. Brenda shrieked, covering her chest. What the fuck are you doing? I smiled a cold, crazy smile. We're all women. Right, Brenda. So go ahead, take it all off. Let's see those saga bags. Brenda turned beet red, stammering, unable to find a comeback. See, some people don't know what pain feels like until you slap them in the face. Brenda was humiliated. She fixed her shirt, shot me a look of pure venom, and started wailing to the relatives in that high-pitched, passive-aggressive tone. You don't love your son, but I love my grandson. If you're too lazy to feed him, I'll take him to Mrs. Miller down the street tomorrow. Her daughter-in-law is like a dairy cow, plenty of milk, and actually nice, unlike some people. Then came the waterworks. She turned to the aunts, wiping fake tears. I can't even speak freely in my own son's house. You all saw how she bullied an old woman. She has zero class. I slave away cooking and cleaning for her recovery. And this is how she repays me. What kind of sin did I commit to deserve this? That triggered me. My own mom had just had surgery and couldn't help with the baby. So she offered to pay $5,000 for a professional night nurse. Brenda shut that down immediately. I can cook. I give that money to a stranger. Give it to me. I'll make sure she eats healthy. She nagged Jason until we caved. But once she got the cash, my nutritious healing meals were boiled cabbage and watery fish soup. Every single day, when I asked for variety, she acted like I was asking for caviar. Fish makes milk. Eat it so my grandson grows. When I had Jason, I was lucky if I saw an egg once a month. Stop being a spoiled brat. The relatives, clueless as ever, only heard Brenda's side. Aunt Patty frowned at me. Chloe, that was uncalled for. Apologize to your mother-in-law. She's your elder aunt. Susan chimed in. You won't find many mother-in-laws who treat you like a daughter. These days, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Just lower your head and say sorry. The room turned into a hen house of clucking judgment, and Liam was screaming his head off. I was done. I grabbed the broom from the corner and started swinging it at their ankles. Get the hell out. Save your bullshit morality lectures for someone who cares. If you love exposing yourself so much, go flash the neighbors. You guys love sticking your noses in shit. Why don't you go taste the sewage truck outside? Get the fuck out. I'm hitting the next person who speaks. I swept them out the door, slammed it, locked it, and went back to bed. The silence was beautiful. Once I realized Brenda was never going to change, I decided the gloves were coming off. If she wanted a war, she was going to get a nuclear one. After the crowd dispersed and I finally fed Liam, Jason stormed into the bedroom. I knew exactly what was coming. Before he could open his mouth, I cut him off. If you're coming in here to side with her, I'm packing up and going to my mom's tomorrow. The last time I went back to my mom's, it took him 6 months of begging to get me back. Jason froze, swallowing his anger. He switched to his nice guy manipulation tactics. Babe, come on. How could you talk to mom like that? She's an elder. Would it kill you to yield a little? You embarrassed her in front of the whole family. I glared at him. She's an elder, and I'm the mother of your child. Why doesn't she yield? She tried to strip me in public, Jason. Does my dignity not matter? Jason pulled a face. But she's my mom. My dad died early. She raised me all by herself. It wasn't easy. Just be understanding. She's leaving after the baby hits 100 days. Just endure it until then, okay? I looked at the man in front of me and felt a wave of nausea. I married him because I thought he was kind. Turns out he's just a spineless mama's boy. Jason tried to crawl into bed and touch Liam's face. I kicked him square in the ass, launching him off the mattress. Get out.
Ow, babe.
He rubbed his butt. I threw a pillow at his head. Your mom having a hard life isn't my fault. She wasn't struggling. Because of me. Don't guilt trip me with her sob story. Respect is a two-way street. And she's been driving on the wrong side of the road since I got here. Hearing the commotion, Brenda came running. Seeing her precious baby boy on the floor, she pointed a trembling finger at my face. The husband is the head of the household. My son is the only heir to the family name. How dare you kick him? You're revolting against the heavens. Shouting woke the baby again. Brenda immediately pivoted. He's hungry again.
Don't just sit there.
Feed my grandson. Are you trying to starve him? I grabbed Liam and stormed into the guest bedroom, locking the door behind me. Later that night, I got up to use the bathroom and heard whispering from the master bedroom. Brenda was giving Jason a prep talk. You're a man, Jason. Why are you so scared of her? She's your wife. A few good beatings and she'll learn her place. Why are you such a coward? My blood ran cold. And listen, she continued. Chloe's recovery ends in 10 days. This is the year of the dragon. It's good luck. You need to knock her up with the second one. Immediately, I clenched my fist in the hallway, encouraging domestic violence, treating me like a breeding sow. I thought about the prenup, Jason, and I signed. A dark smirk formed on my lips. Oh, you want a second kid? You want to see who controls who? Just you wait. The hallway floor was cold beneath my bare feet, but the chill in my chest was colder. A few good beatings. Breeding sow. I didn't storm into the room. I didn't scream. The old Chloe, the one who thought logic and tears could move a mama's boy, died in that hallway. The Chloe that walked back to the guest room was something else entirely. She was a soldier behind enemy lines. I looked at the prenup stored in my cloud drive on my phone. Clause 4 Section B. Infidelity and/or physical/emotional abuse substantiated by evidence results in a forfeiture of marital assets. And Clause 9. Financial infidelity. Jason thought he was smart. He was an accountant after all. But he forgot that I was the daughter of a contract lawyer. The next morning, I walked into the kitchen. Brenda was there, stirring a pot of that gray, foul-smelling fish soup. She turned, spoon raised like a weapon, ready for round 2. Mom, I said, my voice trembling just enough to be believable.
I'm sorry.
Brenda froze. The spoon hovered. What did you say? I kept my head down. I heard you talking to Jason last night. You're right. He's the head of the house. I was hormonal and disrespectful. I want this family to work. A slow, reptilian grin spread across Brenda's face. She didn't see a woman apologizing. She saw a dog rolling over to show its belly. Well, she huffed, puffing out her chest. It's about time you learn some manners. A woman who doesn't know her place brings ruin to 3 generations. I know, I whispered. I want to make it up to you. And about the second baby. You're right. Liam needs a brother. I saw the greed flash in her eyes. Now you're talking sense. The year of the dragon is auspicious. You need to start drinking my special herbal tonics immediately. I will, I promised. As soon as she turned back to the stove, I slipped a tiny, motion-activated camera onto the top of the fridge, nestled behind a dusty jar of cookie sprinkles she never used. I had ordered 3 of them overnight with rush shipping to a locker down the street. The war had begun. For the next 3 weeks, I was the perfect housewife. I drank the vile soup and vomited it into the toilet the second she looked away. I let her critique my swaddling, my walking, my breathing. Jason was delighted. See, babe? It's not that hard. She just wants to be respected. You're right, Jason. I'd coo, massaging his shoulders while he checked his emails. Hey, could you transfer some money for groceries? The account is low. Again? Jason frowned. I just put $2,000 in there. Mom bought a lot of premium herbs, I lied. For the dragon baby. He sighed and unlocked his phone. As he typed his passcode, I memorized the sequence. Later that night, while he snored, a sound that used to comfort me but now sounded like the wheezing of a coward, I took his phone and went to the bathroom. I didn't just look at our joint account. I looked at his private ones. The ones he swore he closed when we got married. The numbers on the screen made my breath hitch. There were transfers. Massive ones.
5.
000.
Why?
Asterisk operator. Asterisk operator. 5. 000. Withdrawal. The night nurse money. Asterisk operator. Asterisk operator. 12,000. Transfer to Brenda Joy Holdings. $8,500. Casino Royale Online. But the kicker wasn't the gambling. It was the loan. Jason had taken out a second mortgage on our home, the house my parents helped with the down payment for 3 months ago. I scrolled through his texts with Brenda. Brenda, did you send the money? The slot machines are hot tonight, JJ. I can feel a win coming. Jason, Mom, that's the mortgage money. Chloe will kill me. Brenda, she won't know. She's stupid. Just tell her rates went up. Be a man. Send it.
Jason, sent.
Don't tell her. I took screenshots of everything. I emailed them to a secure server. Then, I went to the deleted folder. There were photos. Not of us. Of a woman. A brunette with heavy makeup and a cleavage that rivaled the Grand Canyon. Jason, can't wait to see you, Candy. The old ball and chain is laid up with the kid. Needs some stress relief. My hands didn't shake. I felt a strange, icy calm. He wasn't just a mama's boy. He was a cheater, a thief, and a fool. I put the phone back and looked at Liam sleeping in his crib. Don't worry, little man, I whispered. Mommy's going to burn their world down, and we're going to toast marshmallows on the embers. The 100-day banquet was Brenda's idea. In our culture, it's a big deal, but Brenda wanted it to be a coronation. She invited 150 people. Relatives I'd never met, neighbors, her bingo friends, even the mailman. We need to show off the air, she declared. And you, Chloe, wear something modest. No one wants to see your post-baby flab. Of course, Mom, I said demurely. Actually, I want to make a special tribute video for you and Jason. To thank you for everything. Brenda preened. Well, at least you're trying to be useful. Make sure you use the photos where I look young. I'll use the most revealing photos I have, I said. She didn't catch the double meaning. 2 days before the party, the atmosphere in the house shifted. Brenda was agitated. She kept pacing, demanding more money from Jason. I need a new dress. A grandmother can't look like a beggar. I was in the kitchen, chopping vegetables, when she came in. You, she barked. Give me your credit card. Jason's is maxed out. I can't, Brenda. I reached my limit buying the party favors. She grabbed my arm, her nails digging in. Don't lie to me, you useless cow. I know your parents have money. Call them. Tell them Liam needs surgery or something. Get me $10,000. That's fraud, Brenda. It's family. She raised her hand and slapped me. Hard. The ring on her finger cut my cheek. I stumbled back, clutching my face. This was it. You hit me, I said, voice loud enough for the hidden camera on the fridge to pick up clearly. And I'll do it again. She grabbed a heavy ceramic bowl from the counter. Call your mother, or I'll smash this over your head. Mom, stop. Jason ran into the kitchen. He saw me bleeding. He saw his mother holding the bowl like a weapon. And he did nothing. Babe, he said to me, exasperated. Just give her the money. Why do you have to provoke her? I looked at him, blood trickling down my jaw. You want me to commit wire fraud to fund her gambling? It's not gambling, Brenda shrieked. It's investment. And even if it is, I deserve it. I raised him. Fine, I said, wiping the blood. I'll get you the money. Buy the banquet. Brenda lowered the bowl, panting. See? Was that so hard? Clean up your face. You look hideous. I went to the bathroom and treated the cut. Then I looked into the mirror and smiled. It was the smile of an executioner. The banquet hall was gaudy. Gold streamers, red tablecloths, and a massive banner that said Liam's 100 days, grandson of Brenda. My name wasn't even on it. Brenda was holding court at the head table, wearing a sequined red dress that looked like a disco ball had a seizure. She was bouncing Liam on her knee, ignoring his fussing. Jason was drinking heavily, laughing with his cousins, playing the role of the proud patriarch. I sat quietly, wearing a simple white dress. The relatives whispered. Look at her, Aunt Linda muttered. So sullen. Doesn't she know how lucky she is? Brenda says she's lazy, Aunt Patty replied. Refuses to cook. Time for the speeches, the DJ announced. Brenda handed Liam to a random cousin and grabbed the mic. Welcome, everyone. My grandson is perfect, just like my son. It's been hard work raising this family mostly alone. She cast a side eye at me. But sacrifice is what a mother does. Applause. And now, Brenda beamed. My daughter-in-law has prepared a tribute video, probably to apologize for being such a handful. Laughter rippled through the room. I stood up, phone in hand. Yes, I said into the microphone. I wanted to show everyone the truth about this family. The sacrifices. The reality. I pressed play on the laptop connected to the massive projector screen behind the stage. The music started, a sweet, sentimental lullaby. Pictures of Liam flashed by. The audience.
Odd.
Then the music cut out. Static. The video shifted to grainy footage. The timestamp was 3 weeks ago.
Kitchen view.
Brenda's voice. You're a man, Jason. A few good beatings and she'll learn her place. Jason's voice. She's annoying, but the prenup is tricky. Brenda. Just knock her up. Trap her. Then we take her money. The room went dead silent. A fork clattered onto a plate. Brenda froze, her mouth open. The slide changed. Bank statements. Huge. Blown up PDFs. Loan application. Second mortgage.
Forget signature, Chloé.
Transfer to CandyLove_XX. $500. Transfer to Brenda Slots. $12,000. What is this? Jason stood up, pale as a sheet. Turn it off. Turn it off now. I didn't. The video continued. The footage from 2 days ago played. Brenda's face twisted in rage.
The slap.
The sound of skin hitting skin was amplified by the speakers. Call your mother, or I'll smash this over your head. Jason's voice. Just give her the money. Why do you have to provoke her? The video ended with a photo of Jason's sex to his mistress, overlaid with the text, Happy 100 days, Liam. Mommy is getting you out of here. I cut the feed. The silence in the banquet hall was heavy, suffocating. You. Brenda trembled, pointing a finger at me. You fake. You doctored this. It's AI. It's lies. I picked up the microphone. I have the forensic accounting reports, the raw video files, and the police report I filed this morning regarding the assault and the forged mortgage documents. I looked at the crowd. The ants who had called me lazy looked like they wanted to crawl under the table. Jason, I said, my voice calm and projecting to the back of the room. The prenup has a clause for financial infidelity and domestic abuse. Because your mother hit me and you facilitated it, and because you stole from our equity, the house is mine. The accounts are frozen. And I've already filed for divorce and sole custody. You bitch. Jason lunged at me. 2 large men in suits stepped out from behind the curtain. Private security I'd hired with the last of the joint account money. They blocked Jason easily. And Brenda. I turned to the old hag. She looked small now. Withering. You wanted to see what I've got? I've got a restraining order. It's being served to you right now. A server walked up and handed Brenda a thick envelope. You've been served, ma'am. Get out, I said. All of you. This is my party. Brenda shrieked, but her voice cracked. She looked at her relatives for support, but they were averting their eyes. No one wanted to back a woman who was caught on 4K video telling her son to beat his wife. Actually, I smiled. I paid the deposit on the venue. So technically, it's my party. Security, please escort the trash out. The divorce wasn't a battle, it was a slaughter. With the video evidence of the assault and the financial records of the gambling and forgery, Jason's lawyer practically advised him to surrender immediately. Because of the prenup's bad boy clauses, Jason walked away with nothing but his personal debt. He had to assume the full liability of the loans he took out for Brenda. I sold the house. I couldn't live there anymore. The air reeked of cabbage and betrayal. I took my share of the equity, which was substantial, since the judge ruled Jason's theft came out of his half, and moved to a coastal town 3 hours away. 6 months later, I was sitting in a cafe, Liam strapped to my chest in a carrier, chewing on a teething ring. He had those big, beautiful round eyes. My eyes. My phone buzzed. A text from Aunt Linda. I hadn't blocked her yet, mostly for entertainment. Chloe, please. Brenda is in the hospital. Stress-induced heart issues. She's asking for Liam. And Jason, he's living in a basement apartment.
He's sorry.
Can't you find it in your heart to visit? I took a sip of my latte. I remembered the broom. I remembered the soup. I remembered Jason watching me bleed and asking me to pay his mother. I typed back. Tell Brenda she should eat some fish soup. I hear it's great for recovery. As for Jason, tell him I'm busy raising a man, since he never learned how to be one. Then I blocked the number. I looked down at Liam. He grinned, drool bubbling on his lips. It's just us, kiddo, I whispered, kissing his forehead. And we're going to be absolutely fine. The nuclear war was over. The radiation had cleared. And for the first time in a year, the sun was warm, the air was sweet, and the silence was mine.